What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of On the Mic with Michael Flix. I'm very, very happy to be back. I got my guy, long time coming. I got my guy, Ethan Alvano, my guy, EA.
Appreciate What's going on, bro? Appreciate you having me, man.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. This one's a little bit different. We got like a unique relationship and friendship, I'll say. We met 2018 or 19, was it?
I think that would have been 2018.
2018.
Senior year was 2017, 2018.
Okay, so 2018. I don't know what time of year it was, but it had to be after basketball season.
Oh, yeah. It was
and it was at the Chula Vista Rec Center. You was in there dogging dudes in the men's league in there. And I was like, that was actually, it's funny. That was like right when that's why it's so unique, because that was right when you finished college basketball and was like moving on to your new phase of your basketball career. And that was like right when I got my first camera. Being at the Chula Vista Rec Center, that adult league, that was like some of the first basketball that I ever filmed and took pictures of. So it's like a really like unique point when we met, you know what I mean?
For sure,
And like I said, you was in there gassing, giving dudes buckets, and I'm like, who is this dude? Then I met you and I realized like, he fresh out of college, just got done hooping, that's why he's looking like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. My legs was going. It's funny, man, because after that senior season, you know, my guys that I had met here through, you know, San Diego, everything like that, those ties, they were like, yo, we got this men's league, we hooping in down Chula Vista. And, you know, a couple of my teammates we like, man, let's do something, let's hoop, you know what I'm saying? So we ended up going down there. And it's crazy because the competition was good, you know what I'm saying? Shelly, it's crazy. It's crazy how small this world is, but I was just in, you know, Korea. We'll get to that probably, but like Malcolm Thomas, San Diego, you know what I'm saying, minus. I'm talking to him. He's like, yeah, I played with Tyrone Shelley in high school. I'm like, damn, for real? I was like, I played against him. I'm like, this dude shooting from half court, splash. I'm like, oh, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? They're like, I went to San Diego State, legend. And I'm like, okay, makes sense. But yeah, no, those were fun times. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, that's when we met, and you know, I was just kicking it, you know, hooping with the guys, and you know, just trying to, same like you said, trying to start my professional career and get it off the ground.
It's funny enough, and we'll get into that a little bit later. It makes it even smaller and even more funny. I didn't live here in like the city, San Diego. I lived in North County, which is in Escondido, about 30 minutes away from where I live now. And my senior year of high school, I played against Malcolm and Tyrone. They played for Crawford. I played for Orange Lynn. We played them in the tournament. They smacked us. We played them in the tournament. I ended up playing against them, and you playing against him out there. And, you know what I'm saying? It's just small world. You know what I'm saying? But you were playing at Cal State San Marcos at the time, right?
Yes, that's what I was
San Marcos to Chula Vista, that's a long drive. So you said it was your teammates that told you about the men's league?
So my boy Tyson Kiger, he, I believe, I don't know the name of the community college. But he from San Diego. He played at San Marcos with me. And then he basically, some of his teammates that he played with, some of the guys that he played with in JUCO and things like that, they was playing in that men's league, so they was like, yo, you know, a couple of us, we go down there. They got a couple guys. I think we had like, you know, 7 guys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we drive down there. Me and my 2 roommates, who were also my teammates, but we would carpool down there, go down to Chula Vista, get a game in, man, and you know, and just hoop with the guys and just, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is a little bit of drive, but at that time, you know, we was just in school. Season was over. We was
time to keep hooping.
Yeah, this is what we want to do. We was looking for some hoops. So San Marcos at the time, I didn't really know anywhere, you know, where we can go hoop like that and go do stuff. So we go down to Chula Vista, man, go get it in.
Well, that was actually why I mentioned the long commute, because, right, you know where Corky Smith Gym is, right?
Right, yeah.
There's a men's league there. It's pretty competitive there. Probably the Chula Vista one is a little bit more competitive.
Okay.
But the one at Corky's always pretty good, too, though.
Okay.
I mean, we talking about college ball. We're going to get into pro ball, but I want to take it all the way back to the beginning. You're from the IE, correct?
Yeah, man, from the IE. Been there my whole life, pretty much.
Corona, California, to be specific.
Okay.
Pretty much lived all over the city there. Lived like on the border of Riverside a little bit too. So yeah, the IE, man, I've been there. Got all my family is in LA, closer, you know, going towards LA. So, but yeah, I've been in the IE my whole life. Grew up there. Yeah, that's the home. So.
It's funny. My last guest, Mason Biddle. He's from the IE as well.
Yeah, I don't personally know him, but everybody that I know mutually, I know that they know him.
Okay.
So I know he was a lefty when he played too. So I remember people would tell me, "Oh yeah, you play like Mason," you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So like, IE's a small, like pretty much I'm sure it is, you know what I'm saying, in San Diego, like everybody know everybody.
For sure.
Older, younger, they know who's coming up, they know the older guys. So yeah, I personally don't know him, but a lot of people I know, mutual friends, stuff like that, all connected. So.
And I brought him up because I was asking him about the basketball scene in the IE. I know it for a long time. We've always been hooping out here in San Diego. We've always had guys that can go. But I feel like it's only been a recent thing that San Diego was just now. It's not even really like a big thing like that. But here recently, San Diego is just now starting to get recognized. Like, yo, they got some hoopers out there. So how was it for you in the IE? Did you feel like, you know what I'm saying, people like are really hooping out there?
Yeah, of course. I feel like, you know, if you're not in, you know, we're, you know, us, San Diego, I feel like they always going to, LA's always going to feel like it's, or they going to feel like they big brother, right? I feel like that. But I think we've always had, you know what I'm saying, some guys, man, because when I was growing up and I was going to high school games as a kid, like, shoot, Kawhi Leonard, man, like, I used to go watch Kawhi Leonard, you know, drop 40 with his shoes untied. You know, like, Tony Snell was on that team, too. Like, I feel like we've always had guys, there was always names, and I think maybe just because we were a little out the way, you know, we didn't get the recognition. But I think now as a whole, you know what I mean, especially with these young guys that just came out, Evan Mobley, Jerry McCain, guys like that, like they're, you know, McDonald's All-Americans, top guys. I think the IE is becoming more of a notable place in the basketball community here in Southern California. So
That's what's up. That's a fact. That's absolutely a fact. At what point what point did you start playing ball?
I mean, I've been playing ball my you know, since I was, you know, that was the first thing I picked up. I have a vague memory. I think my dad was like, you know, going just down to our local community thing, like, you want to play soccer or basketball? I want to play basketball. And then I think from there, I just fell in love with it, grew a passion for it. Been playing since I was a kid. My older brother and close family friend, we all played together. So yeah, just kind of grew up playing. I had a court in front of the house, so I'd be out there all day just shooting, messing around, you know what I'm saying, copycatting NBA guys, whatever. But yeah, I've been playing since I was young, and then just kind of just took it from there, you know what I'm saying.
Why were soccer and basketball the only choices, and what made you choose basketball?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe at the time it was like that community, like how Corona did it. Maybe
those were just the two dominant sports.
Maybe like it was winter they offered soccer and basketball, and then the spring maybe.
Oh, okay. So it was just like a timing thing.
Yeah, it was just a timing thing.
Okay, got you.
You know what I'm saying? And then I think for me, basketball, I don't think I ever had like any appeal towards soccer or any, you know, basketball was just, you know, was more appealing to me at the time, and so that's what I chose, and then yeah, just kind of ran with it from there.
When did it become like a competitive and serious thing? Because I know for a lot of people, like for me, it started off, you know, Martin Luther King Rec Center. I'm just playing rec ball, YMCA ball, and then like a coach notices you, and AAU coach notices you and come and grabs you up. So like, how was that kind of your path, or like how did it go for you?
Yeah, I think because like we had our local civic center, you know what I'm saying, and we would be down there, and those games were like I remember those games as a kid, like it was. I feel like those were championship games, but like I really would say I really don't think I started taking it serious until like really taking it serious until like high school. In my opinion, I always loved the game, and I would always go play and go to parks and just try and get on the court and things like that. But I was also like a Cali kid. Like I used to skate.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I used to skate, like skinny jeans, and you know I was into all this other stuff too. So like I really don't think I started taking it serious until high school. When kind of like you said, maybe I could be pretty good at this. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I think I just kind of was like a normal kid. I think I just played basketball. But like in the neighborhood I grew up in, it was kids. All age groups from 8 to like 15, so it would just be 12, 15 of us. Some days we play basketball, some days we play football, some days we just, I don't even know, just wrestling, doing some, you know, just kid stuff. I don't even know, but I definitely lived like a just normal kid life, I guess, and then, okay, something clicked, like, okay, I'm trying to play, you know what I'm saying? So
I hear it. I had a very similar upbringing. So I played like all sports. And it was the same thing. Like it wasn't like my brother and my neighbor, they were always like basketball was their favorite sport. I was actually more into football up until I graduated high school. Honestly, even in high school, I was more of a football player than a basketball player. Like I started on the football team. I didn't start on the basketball team. But yeah, like the same thing. Like we didn't like. It wasn't like, nah, we hoopers and we only gonna hoop. It was like, nah, we gonna play football. We gonna play tag. We gonna climb trees, ride bikes, and do all of that. You know what I mean? What was it that? So you got to high school, and what did you like make the varsity or make the JV that you said I can be pretty good at this, or like what clicked it when you got to high school?
Nah, I played freshman. But so at the time, our league they did some like kind of odd stuff. The freshman team they played on Saturdays, and so like middle of the year I would play JV in like Tuesday, Thursday, and then I'll go back and play freshman with the freshman team. But no, I knew where I was going to high school because my brother had went there, and I kind of had went to some of the camps, so some of the coaches kind of knew me, and that's what it was. But I really think I started taking it serious. So after my freshman year, my freshman year I was playing I was playing JV and freshman a little bit, and then after that year, going into that summer, man. My dad ended up dying. My dad died when I was 14.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace for sure. So going into my sophomore year, and it's crazy because I was still like a kid messing around, but I think that clicked, and it was like my dad showed me the game. My dad taught me the game. So I'm thinking, okay, as a young kid, I'm like, this is how I gotta make him proud. You know what I'm saying? This is how I gotta, honor him. You know what I'm saying? So I think from that standpoint, that's where it was like, okay, I'm gonna take it more serious, you know what I'm saying, make my pops proud type thing.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Did it, if you don't mind me asking, did your father's passing affect you in any other ways? I mean, it sounds like you're saying you were able to channel it into basketball, but did it affect you, in what other ways did it affect you?
Man, I mean, like I said, I don't know when that clicked. I remember I ended up, one of my close family friends, they ended up taking me to a workout, and, they told Emma was there, Compton Magic, at the time, there was another team called MOC, Keith James, and at the time it was Players Edge, but it was this gym, and they really like saw me. Was like, okay, we see potential, you know what I'm saying? But nah, in reality, man, it I was 14, man, it messed me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I lived I say this all the time, like I lived a completely different life from a normal high school kid. Like, at that time, I was living with my brother. He was 16, and we was living with a friend of ours. He was 18, so it's 18, 16, or 14-year-old in an apartment.
Wow.
No real parental supervision, and my mother is in my life. Me and my mother are very close. You know what I'm saying? But she also was with her family on the doing her thing, trying to figure out how to piece this thing back together. You know what I'm saying? Because my parents split up when I was young. My parents divorced when I was 2, so I grew up with my father.
Got you.
So it messed me up, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? My grade, like I never was really good in school, but then I stopped going to school because now, like, you know what I'm saying, the person who is supposed to make me go to school, whatever, 18 years old, like he's sleeping until 10 a.m. I'm sleeping until 10 a.m. Like I said, I was 14, 15. I'm running the streets. You know what I'm saying? Chasing girls. I was coping. In my opinion, I was grieving. That's how I was grieving. 14 to 17, I don't really remember a lot of things that went on, like as far as just day-to-day stuff. Like my homie was like, "Yo, remember we did this?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't remember." Like I was just kind of floating, you know what I'm saying? But luckily, man, I had good people in my corner, my coaches, good family, friends, things like that kept me, didn't let me fail, even though I was damn near trying to fail, you know what I'm saying? So, and then eventually, like I said, I got taken to that workout, and then it clicked, like, okay, like this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do.
Got you.
Yeah.
So you said it affected your grades. Was it ever like where you weren't able to play for your school or anything like that?
No, it never got that bad.
Okay.
I always maintained, my GPA, but I was making it harder for myself for college recruitment and that process because, shoot, man, I would go to school at third period, some days fourth period, some days I missed the whole day and just get basketball practice was 6 periods, so I just go for basketball practice. And you know what I mean, it got to a point where my high school coaches, JV coaches, whatever, they would be like, "We're gonna pick you up every day from school," you know what I'm saying? Because where I lived, it was walking distance, so I could really walk to school. But they were like, "No, we're gonna come get you, make sure you get there." And So I was like I said, man.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, my brother, you know what I mean, was really taking care of me. My brother and my older homie, like they was really taking care of me. It's obviously, like I said, my mother was in there in my life. I don't want to make it seem like she wasn't. She was there, you know what I'm saying? But on a day-to-day basis, we kind of had to grow up on our own. And, yeah, good people, good village, really took care of me. And I think, you know, eventually, you know, I realized, like, oh, shit, man, like, I ain't good enough to just be not having a good GPA, or ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? I got to pick this up. And then, you know, eventually towards, you know, my senior year, I started, you know, picking it up, getting better attendance, better grades, and SATs, things like that. And I was able, you know what I'm saying, to have some things work out for me.
That's what's up. That's what high school did you go to?
Corona High School.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, Corona High School. Not Corona Centennial. You know what I'm saying? They was people out there, Corona, they be all Corona Centennial. No, and I go to Corona Centennial. But yeah, Corona High School, just a neighborhood high school. That's where I grew up. So that's where I went to school. At
what point did you start getting recruited?
I would say going into my senior year, because I didn't start playing AAU ball until after my sophomore year. So my sophomore year ended.
And that was with Compton Magic?
I started with a team called MOC.
Okay.
Which is kind of like they were based in Corona too. Keith James, they was like a feeder program, kind of to Compton Magic in a way. But Ato, you know, he did all his stuff out of their gym, and he saw me, and then they ended up building the team for our class of 2014.
Oh, okay. So
then, going into my junior year, going into that junior year, then I started playing, got on the circuit, and I would say going into my senior year, I really started getting stuff. But, you know, the stuff that I had done prior to that, all the bad grades, the attendance was really, you know, limiting my recruitment. You know, Ato would tell me, this school looking at you, you know, local UCR or San Diego, Pepperdine, but like, you know, grades ain't good enough. You can't even get into the school, like, unless you got like a perfect SAT score or something, you know what I mean? So that was really hindering my recruiting process. And I think I ended up with 2 Division I offers, Idaho State and Eastern Michigan. Those are my 2 Division I. I had a couple like D2 offers, but you know, as a young kid, like high school, like I'm trying to go D1, D1 or nothing.
Right.
So I ended up going to Eastern Michigan, and then up there I did 2 years there. Yeah.
Okay, I never knew that.
Yeah. So I did my first 2 years at Eastern Michigan. Did some good things there, man. It was cool, man. I had a great experience, met some great people. We played Michigan. At Michigan, we beat them at their place, Chrysler Arena. They had like Karis LeVert, Derek Wall, and it was a pretty good team. Beat them. Did 2 years there. Things didn't really work out, and ended up transferring back, and that's how I came to San Marcos.
Okay. Yeah. If you don't mind getting into it a little bit, you hear that a lot. A lot of players, like you hear, like with a transfer, like things didn't really work out. What does things didn't really work out mean for you?
Shoot, man, in my opinion, it was all me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing to do with the coaches. I came in, I started as a freshman.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't no, like, they said this and they promised me this, and it wasn't no, like, I came in, I was killing, man. I mean, I came in right away, started the first, like, 17 games. But I'll be honest, man, I fell in love with college. You know what I'm saying? We beat Michigan at Michigan. You know what I'm saying? We going back to Eastern Michigan, and Michigan is like 10 minutes, 15 minutes down the street.
Oh, okay.
So, like, obviously, Michigan is Big Ten, you know, football, basketball. Eastern Michigan is this little, you know, commuter school. It's Division I, obviously, but I'm saying for that area, it's just like a, you know, kind of like a little.
They're like the Clippers.
Yeah, they're the Clippers, you know what I'm saying? Little bro. So, like, we go to Chrysler Arena. We beat them at Chrysler Arena. 9 p.m. game. We get home probably like 11:30. The whole school's lit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the seniors, like, we going out. I'm a freshman. I'm like, nah, man, we still got practice in the morning. They like, man, we going out. And it's funny, man, my boy, he was my boy who I came in with, he was injured at the time. So he like, bro, we going out. Like, bro, you not playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, good. And yeah, man, we end up going out, man. We out till like 4 in the morning. Got practice at 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, go to practice the next morning. You know what I'm saying? For sure, you know, we was, you know what I'm saying? We was doing what we was doing.
Having fun.
So I'm walking in practice sluggish.
coach yelling, you think it's sweet now because we, you know what I'm saying? So stuff like that, man. I fell in love with college, man. The partying, I always had the freedom even when I was home. Like I said, I was running the streets 14, 15 doing the same thing, but it was different because it was a whole new environment.
And you're an adult now.
I'm an adult now. You know what I'm saying? I could move a little different, you know what I mean? So fell in love with that. I got distracted. I came in right away, locked in the gym, go to practice, whatever, go back, get my shots up, I'm locked in. Towards the end of the year, practice getting a little harder games, I'm a little more tired, I'm not sticking to that same routine, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, my play dipping a little bit. Then I'm making excuses, coach ain't messing with me, this and that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was all me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was making excuses for myself. So I would say really it was all me. Then going into that sophomore year, it was kind of like, basically the business of college basketball, you know what I'm saying? I did well, it kind of tapered off at the end. So it's kind of like now, like, shit, well, you only going to be a sophomore. Like, we got to bring some dudes in too, you know what I'm saying? So ended up bringing in some JUCO guys, and they was good players too, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm back competing again. But at that point, it was kind of like they a little more experienced per se. They a little older, so ended up kind of losing my spot, kind of get lost in the sauce. And then I figured, you know what I'm saying, I want to play professionally after this. I'm like, I got to go somewhere where I could, you know what I'm saying, do my thing, you know what I'm saying, So I ended up transferring. That's why I ended up transferring pretty much. But them guys, them coaches, you know what I'm saying, some of them I still talk to, or at least follow on the gram, keep up with them a little bit, you know what I'm saying. My teammates, still chop it up with them, stuff like that. So I'll say my didn't work out was me. It wasn't, I've heard some stories, coaches told them this and they, doing a complete opposite. I would say, my thing was me. It didn't work out because of me, you know what I'm saying.
I appreciate the honesty, bro.
Yeah, no, that is what it is, you know what I'm saying. It took me, you know what I'm saying, really having to look myself, in the mirror. And it's funny, my coach always used to say that at that school. He always, you know what I'm saying, you got to look yourself in the mirror, hold yourself accountable. And I would always be sitting there like, man, you young, you think you know it all, 18, 19, but like, man, nah, I ain't had shit figured out. It was me. I was the one messing up, you know what I'm saying. So looking back on it now, I'm glad I went through that because it paved the way for me moving forward as far as, with basketball stuff and how things work and how things go, being able to, okay, before I look at blame anybody else, like, what am I doing? How can I, you know what I'm saying? What can I fix first? And if I'm doing everything, okay, then we can maybe look at other things. But I got to look inward first. And then that really taught me not only just basketball, but in life too, you know what I'm saying? So it was good. It was a good experience. I learned a lot.
It's funny. I have a similar experience. Mine was in high school. I didn't play any sports in college. Mine was in high school, playing football. I came to the team like before the season started, but like late in like the summer workouts and things like that. And I came to play running back. I knew I was going to be second string. I knew we had like the best running back in the county. I knew I was going to get a lot of reps, but I knew I wasn't going to start. And we're going to summer league, passing league, and our DBs are getting toasted. And I played DB in Pop Warner and stuff, but never in high school. You know what I'm saying? They only see me run the ball. They never see me play defense. And our DBs are getting toasted. We went to the San Diego State tournament. Dudes from SAC, like our DBs are getting toasted. And like me and my homie that played wide receiver, I'm telling the coach, like, yo, you should let us go play DB, even if we don't play during the season. Like, at least like for this, so we could have a fighting chance to win. Yeah, sure. They like, don't just stick to running back. Don't worry about it. Dudes keep getting toasted, and I think somebody might have got hurt. Actually, nobody got hurt. These dudes just kept getting toasted. And we finally, our coach, we ended up getting smoked out of at the San Diego State tournament. We go to another tournament, and because me and my boy have been like telling our coach, like, let us play DB. They finally let us play, right? We lock everything up. Like, we end up getting the starting jobs, like still in the starting jobs at DB. And mind you, my last time playing high school football was my sophomore year. I didn't play high school football my junior year. So now I'm playing my senior year. And even my sophomore year, I only play running back. They never see me play defense. And so I win the starting job, and now, like, I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. I'm like, and I'm a senior now. I'm like, got my jersey on Fridays, got my bag. I'm like, I ain't gonna hold a couple girls on me, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm varsity now, I'm a senior. I'm like, I started the first 5 games, and I lost my spot. I got routed for a touch. Ran a 9 route on me, caught a touchdown right before halftime. Lost my starting spot, just being cocky, not taking stuff seriously. Lost my starting spot, and I remember like telling my dad like the same thing. Like, I don't know, man. I think the coach, like, he wanted to give it to him the whole time. My dad was like, if he wanted to give it to him the whole time, he would have never gave it to you. Yeah. It's something you did. No, for sure. And I was like, You know what I mean? And I had to like really like think like, was I really going hard in practice, or was I walking around practice like, man, I got the job. Like they gave it to me. I'm not gonna lose it. And I think back to that time and a lot of stuff where like, even with my broadcasting career, like my podcasting, like I'll be thinking like, man, I don't really feel like going to the studio today. Like I've kind of like established my name. Like people know I do my thing in San Diego now. You know what I mean? I could reschedule that interview. I could reschedule that podcast. And I'd be like, nah, that's being complacent. You lose things and you fall off from wherever you perceive you are. You kind of fall off from that. So I got a very, very similar story in that regard. So was it a conscious choice to come back to SoCal, or was it just?
Yeah, it was. You know what I'm saying? Michigan, Midwest, cold. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that was messing me up too. You know, being away from family and the cold weather, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, conscious decision, like, okay, I want to come back to California. And it's crazy, when I was coming back, I had Division I interest, but like I said, I didn't really play my sophomore year. So like, my numbers was nothing really. I was going maybe based off my freshman year, and you know, like I said, so some teams was hitting me like, we give you, like, you could walk on and then earn your spot, earn this, and so I was like, man, I ain't trying to do that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still kind of in the mindset of like, I know I feel like these coaches don't really be rocking with you like that, you know what I'm saying? So I was still kind of, I didn't really fully realize like, it was me who was BS, and it took me a little longer to kind of, you know what I'm saying, figure that out. So when I put my name in the transfer portal, a bunch of Division IIs called right away. And so in my head, I'm like, man, like maybe this is the best route, you know what I'm saying? Because if I go D1 again, they want me to walk on, or they offer me a partial, this and that. I'm like, man, like I ain't got that cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go D2. And so that's what I ended up doing. It came down to APU and San Marcos. Those were my two schools. It came down to APU and San Marcos. Went to visits on both. Public school. I've been a public school kid my whole life. APU is more, you know, private Christian school. Got to go to Mass. And now, it's funny, you know, now I've actually, you know what I'm saying, become a lot more in tune with my faith, and you know what I'm saying. So maybe I would have enjoyed it back then, but back then I'm like, man, I ain't trying to go to Mass every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, being honest. So like, I'm like more public school kid. Came down to San Marcos. They were just building that sports center that they have over there. You know, they had like, oh, this could be, you know, your thing, and we just built it. And I'm like, man, this look nice, man. You know what I'm saying? Nice area. So I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna rock with here. So that's how I ended up choosing San Marcos.
Yeah, that's what's up. And you obviously enjoyed your time there.
Yeah, man. I had some success. I kind of, how I break it up is, when I was at Eastern, I learned a lot of valuable life lessons. Same as San Marcos, but I think San Marcos really allowed me to grow my basketball game. You know what I'm saying? Because I really think the only difference between the Division I and the Division II level is really athleticism and size. Like, there's Division II players that can play D1, but maybe the guard might be 5'10". You know what I mean? 5'9".
It's funny
you know what I'm saying?
Mason said the same thing when he was here. He said coaches would tell him, like, your IQ, your passing ability, the way you can shoot it, you're D1, but you're small, bro. Like,
right.
If you get on the team, you could probably prove that you belong there, but you got to get there first. Right,
exactly. And that's part of it. Like, am I going to use this? I only got 8 scholarships. Am I going to use it on this 5'10" guy? Am I going to take this 6'3" kid who might not be as smart, but he a little more, you know, body-wise, things-wise, ready right now, you know what I'm saying? And so I would say that's the only difference. So the Division II level, especially the conference we played in, CCAA, was, you know, pretty good here on the West Coast. So, like, San Bernardino, I think, just that's who in our conference, they just went Final Four this year, you know what I'm saying? So it's good competition, but the coach there and, you know, my teammates and the kind of system we had, it really allowed me to grow my game basketball-wise and confidence-wise, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of break it up as far as my two, you know, experiences in college. But, yeah, I had did some good things. San Marcos, newcomer of the year, junior year, player of the year, senior year, you know, all-West region, things like that. So it was, individually, you know, we didn't win nothing. That always, you know, is tough. But individually, you know, I was able to grow at San Marcos. Yeah.
Which is what you wanted to do, so you could
right, exactly.
What was that transition like for you, going from collegiate to professional basketball?
It was interesting, man. You know, Someone I know, Brandon Wright, he played in the NBA for a little while. Not a little while, probably a good little minute, probably 8-10 years. He a good friend of mine, so he connected me with the agency, agent. Ended up signing with the agent. Ended up signing my first deal like two weeks later in the Philippines. I kind of just signed, knew I was going, getting ready, and then, I got out and did my rookie year. And, me, fortunately, I was able to sign right away, 2 weeks, after I signed my agent. Most guys, unless you a Division I, most guys coming from D2, they don't have that same experience, that they, my boy Mikey who was here, like, sometimes you wait and wait and wait and you don't know when it's going to come. I was fortunate enough, I signed in like July, pretty early, and I didn't leave until like late August. So like I knew where I was going, so I could just sit there, focus, and work out. Yeah, so I went out, did my rookie year, man, really went out, did my rookie year, and just that's when I became, started my professional career.
And you're Korean?
No, I'm Filipino.
So you went to the Philippines first?
I went to the Philippines first, and then after that, I came back, and it's crazy. After that, I actually didn't get no. Yeah. After that, it's crazy how things work out. But after that, I remember. My team, the team that I played for, we didn't make the playoffs. Or we made the playoffs, but they won the championship the year before, so then we lost in the first round. So a lot of things were disappointing. They came up like wiping the whole team, only really kept like 3 guys. And so I remember I had a job offer in Georgia, in Europe, and it was for the same amount of money I made my rookie year. So I was like, man, I feel I deserve a little bit more. I feel like, take a step up. And then the agent I was with, he was like, yeah, let's wait a little bit. And it's crazy, man, like he didn't, I ended up losing that offer from Georgia for waiting for my, other teams, this and that. And all the other teams didn't come through. So I didn't really know where I was going that next year. And so I actually didn't end up going anywhere, because that offer was gone. So I was here all the way till like December, maybe January, and then I ended up signing in Thailand. And then I was out there, and then COVID hit. COVID hit.
How long were you there before COVID?
Like 2.5, 3 months, and then COVID hit. Because COVID hit like March, right? Something like that. So I was like there like late December, January, 2 months, 2.5 months, COVID hit, and I ended up coming home. And then that COVID year, I didn't go anywhere. And I was here. Me and Mikey was in the gym, 5 a.m. We was just grinding. And I ended up signing with a new agent at the time during that COVID year. Just grinding. Didn't really know what was gonna happen. Nothing came. Start basically, whole season dudes playing, and then come back, and then that summer I ended up signing, and I ended up going to Germany. So I went to Germany. Did some decent things there, The reason I wanted to do it, because I had played in Asia, I'm Filipino, I know, like, that is my market, but I hadn't played in Europe yet, so I really wanted to get out to Germany and see, what I can do, and end up getting Germany's second league, end up playing out there, and then came back, and then I got the offer in Korea, and then so now I'm back in Asia, and, in Korea, so.
What's up? Cool little experience playing pro ball.
No, it's been good, and I'm locked in with my Korean team. I'm going back. I signed a 2-year with them, and it was perfect, man. It was it's crazy because, like I said, at the time, I had just came off not playing for a whole year, and then I go and sign with a pretty good team in the German second league after have not playing, And, shout out to my guy Al, man. My guy Al, he from San Diego. He half German though. He from San Diego, but he was the assistant coach on the team, and he had ties to my agent. So they were trying to get me in there, and I'm going out there, end up, getting a job and doing my thing, and that really changed the whole trajectory, because at that time too, I had just found out my girl was pregnant. So just found out my girl was pregnant, hadn't came, just off not playing for a whole year. My girl got pregnant, and you know what I'm saying, I ain't make shit in Germany. Like I ain't make no money in Germany. You know what I'm saying? And I got a daughter on the way, and then it was rough, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm out there, my girl's pregnant, I'm not making any money, and I'm just thinking like, man, how I'm going, you know what I'm saying, provide? How am I going to provide for my family? And it was tough, man. It was times I wanted to leave. I'm sure you probably heard overseas guys like, man, like this happening, you know what I'm saying? You want to get up out of there, like, because now you a grown man, you know what I'm saying? You ain't in college no more. Like, you make decisions, you know what I'm saying? So, but my girl's like, stick it out. I end up sticking it out, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. Come back, I get this now 2-year deal in Korea for you know what I'm saying, a good amount of money. Now I could take care of my family, stability, you know what I'm saying? And it was really, you know what I'm saying, that's all God, you know what I'm saying, that's God's blessings, you know what I'm saying, God's grace. But I think during that time, you know what I'm saying, just sticking with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was times I wanted to come home because my girl was pregnant and just be there to support her, and she was like, no, stick it out, you know what I'm saying? And staying true to it, and you know what I'm saying, now like I'm in a place where I'm like, this is my home now, you know what I'm saying? I really like where I'm at in Korea. I plan on, you know, being here long term, being there with them long term. So it all kind of, you know what I'm saying, it's just been like a roller coaster, but it's light, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're in the midst of it, you don't see it's light at the end of the tunnel, man, and like, it's a blessing, man. So I still am, you know, just in shock of how things ended up happening and things like that. But like, yeah, man, it's a blessing for real. So
good for you, bro. That's dope. Good for you. Were you able to be there for your daughter's birth?
100%, yeah. But that same thing, like, I had blessings in disguise, man, because I had never been injured in my life. I think a little bit before Christmas, I had like an MCL like strain, so I was gonna be out 5 weeks. My girl had a condition to where, you know, she was gonna have a C-section, so it was gonna be planned. You know what I'm saying? Because my daughter was originally supposed to be born in February. She was born in January. She was born 6 weeks early, 5.5, 6 weeks early. So,
what's her birthday?
Huh?
What's her birthday?
January 7th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my son's is January 19th.
19th. Okay. Yeah, January 7th. And so it actually worked out perfect because we could plan the C-section kind of for the most part, you know what I'm saying, we knew. And so I ended up telling my team, like, look, man, I'm injured. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be out 5 weeks. Like, my daughter's about to be born. Let me go home and see my daughter. I could rehab while I'm at home, get a second opinion on this, because it was janky stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Overseas basketball. One doctor out there told me I'll be out the whole season. One doctor said it's 5 weeks. So I'm like, man, y'all telling me different stuff. I'm like, bro, I need a second. Yeah, I gotta go back to Cali, man, get a second opinion. My coach was like, no, that's fine. Let's do it. So I ended up being able to go home. I was home for like 12 days. Got to see my daughter born. She was in the NICU for like 6 days. We ended up being able to take her home. So I was able to get like 2 days with her at home. Ended up having to fly back. And that was even worse, you know what I'm saying? Because now my daughter, you know what I'm saying, was just born. Greatest moment of my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now I got to leave it and go back and, you know, hoop and you know, my girl by herself, things like that. It was rough for sure. And then, but like I said, come back and, you know, I'm really scrambling, like, damn, what's going to happen? Like, how am I going, you know what I'm saying, take care of my, you know what I'm saying, my family? And then that offer from the Korean team came in, and shit changed my life. So
that's dope. What was your, how were you, did you just think and focus on basketball when you're out there? Because your kid is just born, you thinking about your kid, your girl, your money situation isn't what you want it to be. It's a lot going on. So like, how were you able to like still perform?
I ain't gonna lie to you, this ain't like, you know, I try and tell, like, you know, be as authentic and as possible. And just, you know, tell my story, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, one day people could pick up things, but I hope they don't pick this up. I ain't gonna lie, bro, I was drinking every night. Like, that's what was keeping me going. Like, I ain't, like, I'm talking like 3, 4, 5 beers minimum. like shots, all of that. Like I was. That's what's keeping me rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's like I said. I don't want anyone to like take that and be like, "That's what you should do." That's not what you should do.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's as real. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did that affect your play at all?
not me personally. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. The coaches didn't say anything about you slowing down or.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
Okay.
I don't think so, man. You know, it was. That's just what it was. I mean, like it was mandatory, bro. I'm telling you, like mandatory. Get out of practice. Either me and the guys will go eat some, and if we eating, I'm having 3-4 beers while I'm there. If we didn't go eat, I'm buying a 6-pack, taking it to the crib, or you know what I'm saying. I got a bottle of this or that. Like that's really what it was, bro. Like I was drinking damn near every night, and I'm talking about like the good part about it. I guess. Towards the end of the season, we had, you know, our coach, you know, it's not good about this, but he ended up getting, you know, let go. So we only had Coach Al, you know what I'm saying, a guy, bro, from San Diego, and it was just him. So we was really only practicing once a day. You know, Germany and, you know, these other places, Korea even, like we practicing twice a day, morning and night. But we ain't had that morning practice, though. So
okay.
Really
it was saving, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm up drinking, you know what I'm saying, but we don't have practice till 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So I wake up 9, 10, 11, you know what I'm saying, hop on the phone with my girl, and, you know what I'm saying, then I go to practice. But I was really being able to recover instead of, you know, having to wake up 8 a.m. There was sometimes we had, like, weights and stuff like that, but at that point it was kind of like, I'm just walking in here, you know what I'm saying, get my work in and get out. But really, that's what kept me going, you know what I'm saying, and my girl didn't like it, you know what I'm saying, like, it's not like it was, like, okay by any means, you know what I'm saying? It's just that's what it was, and that's what was keeping me.
That's how you were coping.
That's how I was coping, you know what I'm saying? And that's what was keeping me going. And we was actually hooping for real. We was like in 11th place. We had like 7 games left. We needed to win like 5 out of 7. We did it. We got the playoffs. Like, so we was hooping. It was like we wasn't hooping, like we was hooping, you know what I'm saying? But like it reminded me of, like, I remember watching the Fab Five time ago, and Jalen Rose was like, we was like everybody else, man. Like party, drink, we just had to go to practice. So I feel like, you know, that's kind of what it was at that point. Like I was drinking every night, man, but it was just like, shit, that's what we gotta go hoop next week. So that's what it is, yeah.
I hear. And you say you're going into your second year of that deal?
This deal with the Korean team, yeah. So I just did my first year. It was an amazing experience, man. I mean, I can't, you know, say how much I appreciate them, you know what I'm saying, for giving me the opportunity, but just the experience that I had out there. Korea is a beautiful country, a very safe country, a very, you know, good place to raise a family. My family was with me.
Nice.
Yeah, so my girl, my daughter were with me, so I didn't miss really a day, you know what I'm saying? Every day I'm coming home, walking, you know, seeing my daughter grow, you know, went from her crawling to me to her walking to me, you know what I'm saying, by the end of the season. So, yeah, did my first year, so I'm going back. I actually got to go back really early. I got to go back. I'll be gone. Then I'm going like middle of June. Not an exact date yet, but middle of June. So, like, the Drew, I ain't even going to be able to play in the Drew this year because I'm taking off right after. So, yeah, now I'm just, you know, back, you know, about to start really working out again, but I'm just enjoying, you know, being home, and then now I'm going back, and then just gearing up for another year. And after that next year, I'll be a free agent. But, you know, hopefully, God willing, you know what I'm saying,
you know, I could re-sign with this team or you know, whatever happens. But I really like where I'm at right now. So just trying to take full advantage of it, man, to take full advantage of the opportunity.
You mentioned the Drew. How long have you been playing in the Drew? Like, what summer was your first summer?
I think I played a little bit after my college year.
So 2018.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played a little bit, but I played with the team I didn't really like, you know what I'm saying, what was going on. I feel like there was a lot of politics going on, this and that, you know what I'm saying. So that was where I played maybe like 3-4 games, and then I came back.
After my rookie year, and then I think that's when I played with the team I had been playing with up until this point, BPE, Black Pearl Elite. And yeah, I think I was like I think this would have been my 5th season if I would have played this year. So maybe 4 years, maybe.
Okay.
Something like that, 4 years.
So we started going to the Drew the same summer too.
Right, exactly.
We spoke there too.
Right, exactly. Because because for sure, because that was a year we were still at the Drew. I remember, you know what I'm saying, you definitely had caught some pics, some film, we was chopping it up, and then COVID hit, and then it went to Bosco, I think, and then you was there at Bosco, we chopping it up, obviously, and then it went this past summer back to the Drew, you know, Bron and all that stuff, so yeah, man, I mean, I'm actually, you know, I'm a little upset I can't play this year, you know what I'm saying, especially like 50th season and all that stuff, but at the same time, I feel like I've had my good share of moments in the Drew.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know, definitely not no OG in the Drew by any means, but like, you know, I had some cool moments, and now, you know what I'm saying, I got to go back over here, so, you know, that's what I got to do, but I'll always love the Drew, man. It's
you've been a part, along with Mikey, but you've been a part of probably, Kobe was probably bigger. I wasn't in the gym for that, but I could imagine Kobe was big. He the game winner and all of that. So you've been a part of arguably the second biggest moment in the history of the Drew League. Man, talk to me about like what it was. Talk to me about how it was playing against LeBron.
I mean, shoot, man, it was, well, one, I didn't think it was going to happen. My coach called it, like, hit us up like a week before, like, yo, LeBron coming. But in my head, I'm like, LeBron, for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, man, ain't no way. And then the night before the game, DeMar had tweeted, you know what I'm saying, that Debo or whatever he said, times King James. So I'm like, oh shit, he tweeting it like it's for real. And I remember, man, it was well, one, we got there, it was crazy, man. No parking. We actually got in a little accident. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the cars, like we was trying to get something out the car. And then a little car bumped into us, ended up getting a little scratch. Like, there was so many people there, man, and I just remember, like, oh, yeah, this is going to be insane, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be fun, and, yeah, man, I just remember, you know what I'm saying, lacing them up, and it felt like Rucker or something, you know what I mean? It felt like Drew League. It felt like just one of those big stages where it's just like, oh, yeah, this going to be crazy. People walking on the court. They got to stop the game to get people back. You can't even push them back. Ain't nowhere to go. Like, it was super fun, man. And then as far as playing against LeBron, bro, I mean, shit, like, you know what I'm saying? That's who I grew up watching. Like, I ain't guarding them, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was times, though, that I tried guarding them, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I ain't guarding them. So I'm sitting there watching. I swear, I thought every time he shot, that motherfucker went in. I'm like, bro, this motherfucker don't miss.
It did feel like that.
But like everybody's like, he went 2 for 3. I'm like, bro, that's not what I saw.
From three, from three. But even to be there, it didn't feel like he missed that many shots, bro. It didn't feel like that.
I'm sitting there like he doing his turnaround fadeaway. He doing that spin dunk. I'm like, bro, this shit is crazy. I'm like, bro, he don't miss, bro. I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm like, oh, we competing with him. But then once he really started, because he was ISOing the whole game. If you really watch the game, he ISOing the whole game. Then he started playing out the pick and roll. We couldn't do nothing with him, bro. I mean, he's LeBron James. Nobody could do nothing with him, for real. But, like, that's when I knew. I'm like, oh, shit, bro. Like, he was really chilling. Like, now he playing the pick and roll. Now he dominant. Like, oh, yeah, this shit different, bro. This shit different. And then you got Debo on the court. You got to think how many dudes was on that court, bro. Like, DeMar was on that court. Casper Ware on the court. Like, Casper Ware, bro, is like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? That's a real professional.
Papers know.
That's what I'm saying. That's a real dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's who I'm guarding. And he chilling, though, because I got the night off because he chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's some real dogs on that court. You know what I'm saying? Like, on our side, too. On our team, too. You know what I'm saying? So it was fun, man. It was a great game. I think, you know, it couldn't have been a better game. Like, sure, it was fun. It was fun for sure.
Hey, now you said you didn't guard him, but there was one play where he switched out and he came out and guarded you, and he was able to hit the shot on him. Right. Tell me, who was the first person you bragged to, and what does it feel like to hit a shot on LeBron James?
Well, the crazy part is people think I'm crazy, like, and people like, but I was texting, like, when they said that, like, we have a group message, we had a group message, things like that, the night before the game, they're like, LeBron coming. But I'm texting in the group message, like, I'm ISOing him every play I get. Like, people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my teammates thought I was joking, the homies thought I was laughing, like, but, like, if you watch the game, I ISOed him, like, 3 or 4 times. So
I made one, so in reality, like, I think, like, the second play of the game, I ISOed him. Mm-hmm. So to me, I wasn't joking, like, bro, like, if LeBron guarded me, I'm going to try and score on him. Like, that was my whole mindset. Not because, like, but it's just like, bro, like, I'm going.
Never gonna have that chance again.
Yeah, I'm going at you, bro.
Yeah.
It's LeBron James, bro. I'm gonna go score on you. And to my like, you know, to my belief in myself, like, bro, I don't. When we get down to it, we on the court, bro. Ain't nobody really. I believe.
Right.
Can check me.
You lace up just like
Yeah, I don't care who. You cannot like you cannot check me. So I'm actually mad. I iced him 4 times and only made 1. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I should have been 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4. But as far as, you know what I'm saying, when I did hit the shot, and when I got out the game, you know what I'm saying, my phone, first of all, my phone was blown up, you know what I'm saying, Instagram, I couldn't even log in the app, it was shutting down every time I tried to log in, text messages going crazy, like, hey, you scored on Bron, bro, like, you goated, da-da-da, you know what I'm saying, how the homies be and stuff, so, like, at the same time, like, don't get me wrong, bro, like, that's LeBron James, bro, like, that's the magnitude of that, like, how people be joking around, like, you can tell your grandkids you scored, like, nah, for real, like, yeah, I'm tell my kid, like, that, like, yeah, I scored on him, you know what I'm saying, in the most humble way, you know what I'm saying, like, that's LeBron James, like, one of the greatest to ever play, like, the fact that I even got to play on the court with him, and do all those things is amazing, but at the same time, when you on that court, you like, I don't care who you are.
Right.
You on this court too. I'm a professional basketball player too. You know what I'm saying? But I understand, bro. It's LeBron James, bro. Like, so of course I got the game in my mind. I'm sitting there like, yeah, like I just scored on Bron. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was a cool moment. It was a cool moment for sure.
That's dope.
It was a cool moment.
You know what? And speaking of that, I gotta say thank you because I was there to film that. Slam Philippines reached out to me, bro, and actually bought my footage from me.
Oh, for real?
It's funny. I tell people, bro, like, you always gotta trust your gut. Actually, the guy is funny. Okay, so I don't know if you watched the whole Mikey interview, but that same day I had work here in San Diego.
Okay.
At the Sneaks Summer Classic. It's a basketball tournament. They're doing it the 5th year this year. He had me booked to be there, and EA that lives here, you know EA. He was like, hit me like, bro, we gotta go, like. Forget that tournament, bro. Bron is at the Drew. Like, come on. I'm like, you know what? You right. I talk to people like, you know what? I gotta go. But I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like, me trying to like take my career serious and like be serious about business. I'm excited. I'm going to see LeBron. Don't get that twisted. I'm very excited, and DeMar DeRozan for that matter. I'm a big DeMar DeRozan fan. But I can't help but think like, when I cancel work to go do this, I'm not guaranteed to make any bread at the Drew.
Right.
Nobody booked me to be there. I'm just going because I love hooping. Bron is there. You know what I'm saying? Like.
And you got bread over here.
I just canceled.
Right.
I'm like, dang, bro, like, I hope this don't come back to bite me. I hope dude don't look at me like I do bad business, you know what I mean? But I was able to, you know, sell that footage, sell the clips I have for you, sell that footage to Slam Philippines, and like 2 other, I ain't gonna say all of them. Slam is a big one, so I'll give it some shine. But a couple of other ones reached out to me. It's like, yo, bro, your footage looks great. Like, can we buy that from you? So the money that I missed out on, I probably made that maybe like times 3 going and being at the Drew. You know what I mean? So
that's that right there. Like you said, trusting your gut. Like, to me, that's just blessings, man. Cause same thing. Like, that remind me, whole different topic, but that remind me of the Germany deal. I remember, I'm like, man, it ain't a lot of money. I don't need to take this. But in my gut, I'm like, bro, you just ain't played. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta take it. If you want to push your career forward, I mean, you gotta take this, bro. Like, and I did, and then now back, I made it so much more over. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in the same situation, it's just like, bro, like, you never know. And you say trusting your gut turned into that. And no, it's crazy. I remember I hit you. I'm like, bro, please. I'm like, bro, please tell me you got the footage. And you got the best angle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, ball is life, dance. But, like, your angle, like, you could see, like it's lined up. It's one-on-one. And it was just the perfect, like,
I'm glad you said perfect, so I'll go with what you said. I wasn't going to call it that, but I'm glad you mentioned that because I appreciate how your footage and how Mikey's footage turned out, because with you, like, where I was standing, and it's crazy how I had to stand, like, bro, I really couldn't move my arms. And this part of the story I've never told before, bro. Khalil Mack was sitting right in front of me. Like, I had the perfect spot. I was actually sitting on the baseline. I'm sitting down. I had the perfect spot, but then they came in and was like, yo, y'all got to get up. Like, we got to add some chairs right here. I'm like, dang, like, please. He like, ain't nothing I could do, bro. You got to get up. I'm like, all right, dang. So then they come and put a chair right in front of me. I'm like, somebody gonna be sitting right here, and then Khalil Mack sits down. And I'm like, you know, you don't want to disrespect and bump nobody, but I'm like, it's Khalil Mack. Like, I gotta, You know what I mean? So I'm literally, bro, I filmed the whole game like with my camera like right over Khalil Mack's head, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But so like how it like lined up to where like, I'm sure you could see it because it actually happened. Anybody filmed it could see it, but just like the angle that I had, you could really see like how you put the move on him and step back, like how he really, he didn't jump to contest, but how he really swiped at it, like really trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Cause you know how people gonna be like, oh, he scored on LeBron, he ain't playing no defense, or he ain't really doing it. Of course, you know, hey man, maybe he wasn't. But if you could look in the clip, when I'm driving it, LeBron try and reach with his hand, like just, you know, a little bit to where like he trying to get it.
You could see from that angle, but I made good enough separation, and I think because I was
way smaller than him, because I was low and he kind of lower too at that point, the separation I had, he gonna contest that, he doesn't contest it, shot goes in, you know what I'm saying? But you could see in that clip,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it was like I tell people, I even told my girl about that, because I'm like, when I watch film or I watch clips, I watch the clip, but I'm the type of guy I'll be watching like
for the extras.
like I'll be with my team, like I'll watch like who cheering, who like, not because I'll be trying to like, it's just because I like to see that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be watching who cheering, I'll be watching who not cheering, I'll be watching, oh, like he did this or that. So that was one of the first things I noticed is he really did.
Me too, bro. Me too.
Tried, you know what I'm saying? So like, in my head, I'm like, nah, like he ain't want that bucket to happen, you know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't necessarily like, because at the end,
You know what I'm saying? He really tried locking up, and you could see his defensive ability, no question. Like,
I'm not saying like I said in the most humble way.
Right.
LeBron James, but like I'm not sitting here saying it, but like I'm saying he did try to go for that steal. He did try and get me, but from that angle, you caught that angle. You can see that ball is life angle. You can't see that.
It's funny you say that, bro, because I was hyped when you made it, bro. It's so funny, bro. Like when you filming like a homie or like even like the kids that I film like that you get to know and you get hyped for them and you want to turn up, but you gotta get the good footage. You know what I mean? So like when you hit it, I'm like yeah, like it's funny. I seen a quote from a photographer. She said, "Believe me, Hoopers, nobody wants you to score more than the photographer that's there to film you." Right. And that's such a fact, bro. Like you could have 50 points. But if you got a move and a step back that it's like, oh, that's so cold, I need him to make that for this footage. Right. You know what I'm saying? It'd be them certain plays, and that absolutely was one of them. Where was I going with that? Oh, but so when I watching the game live, I was hyped that you made it, but to keep it funky, in my own head, I was like, but Bron didn't really jump, though. Like, he didn't really, like what most people would say. Like, Bron didn't really jump, though. But then when I get the footage on my laptop and I'm editing, I'm like, nah, he didn't jump, but he did everything but jump to contest. He didn't. If you was playing with it, if you didn't get separation, he would have got his hand on the ball for sure.
He was trying to sit down. He was trying to do it. So like for sure. But also notice too, I'm a hoop head, so if you watch LeBron don't really be contesting dudes in the league either though.
That's true.
Like, dudes be, and they do their post up fadeaways, they do their pull ups. Like he really just be here. But I think that's why LeBron is such a good defender though. Because he never jumps, like he always is disciplined to stay on his feet. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Kobe done got him a few times here, pump fake. You know what I'm saying? But he's so disciplined, and in reality, those is hard shots. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause he's still 6.
I was about to say, and he does a good job of playing the percentages. You know, that percentage of that going in, like
that's who he is. So it's like at the same time, like he probably looking like you taking a step back over 6'8", you know what I'm saying? His hand is still here. It might not be jumping, but he's still here. So it's just like, but that's where, you know what I'm saying, my confidence and, you know, my ability, I know I can get this separation. I just got to get here. I just got to get in this spot. I know I can get it. Boom. Worked out. You know what I'm saying? Shot went in. Boom. So, damn, we could have won that one too.
I know. That would have been the icing. It almost feels like, and I've never said this before because I never wanted to sound like a hater, but it almost feels like when they say like about the Warriors and it was like 73-9 and they lied. It's like, dang, I wish y'all could have got the, like, because they didn't get the chip that year. Right. It's like, dang, I wish y'all could have got the win. But just being able to, like you said, play against Bron, hit a shot on him that's cake right there. You got LeBron as the GOAT?
Man, it's funny, man. Like, I would say he's my generation's GOAT. Kobe, LeBron is kind of similar, like in the area, like, but like, because even when Kobe was really dominating, like especially when they 3-peated 0-1, all them, like I was only 5 years old, you know what I'm saying? So like, But when Bron came in and he 2008, 2009, same with Kobe, like, I'm really watching that, you know what I'm saying? So, like, to me, man, I just think Bron, there's so many things that people discredit LeBron for and try and tear him down, I think, more than any other player that we've seen, you know what I'm saying? And the dude ain't made no mistakes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about, like, yeah, he's lost whatever in the finals and this, but, like, bro, I mean, 20 years of, like, greatness. Like, come on, man. Like, I never got to watch Jordan, so I can't say, like, he ain't the GOAT. Like, so it's hard for me to say. I kind of chop it up to, like, bro, if you saying Mike, Bean, or Bron, I ain't even gonna argue with you, bro. Like, let's just talk basketball. Because at the end of the day, like, older heads, ain't no steering them away from Jordan. This era too soft, Bron, you know what I'm saying, couldn't play in that physical era. He not as skilled as Kobe's a carbon copy, so Michael Jordan won. You know what I'm saying? Our generation is Bron. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Kobe even get disrespected in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, at the end of the day, I can't really say. But I would say, yeah, like, if I were to say, like, who, Bron is my favorite. I love the way Bron plays. I think he. Right, he's a pass first guy, but he averages 27 points. Like, come on, man. Like, it don't even really make sense, to be honest. So, like I said, sustained greatness, man. I mean, he got championships. You know what I'm saying? He's got, in my opinion, he got the greatest play in NBA history with the chase down block. In my opinion, that's the greatest, in my opinion, play. Maybe not shot. You know, shot might be a different story, whatever, but I think that's probably the greatest play. Down 3-1, got the block. Kyrie Irving could be arguably one of the greatest shots. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just like that, they get that dunk, you know what I'm saying, in Golden State, like, it probably changed the trajectory. So I think that's one of the greatest plays in NBA history, if not the greatest. So I think that stuff, like, I can go on and on about LeBron, man, but I just think there's so many things people like you could put a whole 20-minute mixtape of LeBron chase downs. Mm-hmm. Like, who doing that? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, who is doing that? Like just that alone, like, is a whole different, like, he just different, you know what I'm saying? So I say, yeah, LeBron probably arguably, you know what I'm saying, the GOAT, but he's been my favorite player as I, was growing up and things like that, so yeah.
Okay, so you're into your, what, 5th year as a pro?
This will be going into my 5th, yeah.
Into your 5th year. I'm sure you got, God willing, another 10, maybe even 15 years ahead of you. So have you given any thought to, like, what you would want to do after basketball? Like, what types of things are you into outside of basketball?
Nah, it's funny. I was just talking to my girl about it today. Like, I'm a regular guy, man. Like, I'm not no, like I really don't even think, like, I want to coach. I don't think that's something I'd be into. I love basketball, man. I do, but, like, I don't think, like, after I'm done, and maybe that's selfish, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I don't think I can get into coaching, but I try in any way possible to pay it forward, you know what I'm saying? Any advice I can give or, any way I can help, I would 100%, I will always try and always will be available to anybody, you know what I'm saying, that I know or don't know. But I'm a regular guy. I was talking to my girl today, man. I was like, sure, I might retire from basketball and come back and get, like, do a security job or something. Like I'm chilling, bro. Like, I don't need all the.
Did you finish school with your degree?
No, I have not. So that's something I need to go do and need to go back and finish. Because when I transferred over some of my credits and stuff like that, so I got some courses so yeah, I always can, dive back into that, do that, and then maybe figure out maybe while I'm in school I can be around different, minds again and maybe spark something in me. But outside of basketball, they say that's the toughest thing, you know what I'm saying, because this is molded like our whole identity, and you know what I mean, and that transition afterwards is hard, you know what I'm saying? So what's kind of next? But believe me when I say, like, I'm a chill dude. I think I'd be very content with working a regular security job and being that guy that people be like, hey, he used to be able to play some ball. Like, nah, man, that ain't me. I just be chilling. But, like, yeah, like, I really think, like, something like that, as long as, you know what I'm saying, I'm able to take care of my family and, you know what I'm saying, put food on the table, I'm cool, whatever. Yeah.
You want any more kids?
Yeah, I definitely want one more. I'll probably for sure one more. You know what I'm saying?
If it's a boy or a girl?
No, I love being a girl dad, man. I mean, like, that girl has my whole heart. You know what I'm saying? I think it. You know, you're a parent. You know what I mean? I can't explain to someone who don't understand, but you know what I'm saying? When you have a kid and you have your child, and I mean, that is the best moment in my life. You know what I'm saying? That right there. You know what I'm saying? Being a father, like, being able to, you know what I'm saying, instill and these values and you know, really mold this little person, you know what I mean? But being a girl, having a daughter, really just like softened my heart. My heart is just, you know, completely open. Like she got me wrapped, bro, hooked around her finger. So like, boy or girl, boy would be cool, obviously, you know what I'm saying? You know, everybody be like, you play basketball, play sports, but boy or girl, you know what I'm saying? But definitely want my daughter to have a sibling. I grew up with, you know, I have a brother, I have a sister, you know what I'm saying? So definitely want her to have a sibling. 3, it might be a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know,
I wanted 3. I'm glad I'm cooling with this 2.
Right. I think 2 is a perfect number. And so, yeah, man, I mean, you know, financial wise, you know, kids are a blessing, but, you know, at the same time, you know what I'm saying, they, you know, it's financially got to be, you know, in a good space. So we just had our daughter, she's 15 months. So like, I think we can wait a little bit, but at the same time, I won't wait too long. Cause you know what I'm saying? I want them to be, you know, similar in age and be able to go to school together and things like that. So, my brother's 2 years apart. My girl, her sister, 2 years apart. So probably be around there. Probably. Yeah, I think 2-3 years is a good gap. So yeah, we'll definitely probably have another one. And, boy or girl, man, blessing regardless. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah.
So, man, that was all I have for you today, man. I definitely appreciate you making the drive down, man, coming in here and chopping up with me. I learned a lot about you today, man. Had a very interesting story, man. I'm glad I got to hear it today, bro.
Man, appreciate you having me. You know, it's been a long time coming since 2018. Like you said, man, our friendship and relationship formed in a very unique way. And we've kind of just been tapped in ever since. So I'm glad I was able to come here and do this. And 2, you know what I'm saying, you know, I wanted to kind of share my story a little bit, you know what I mean? Just the how it's gone, and you know what I mean, and just kind of just, if it helps somebody, if it doesn't, you know what I mean? But if it does, you know what I'm saying, I hope, you know, I hope I can, you know, can do that in some way. So I'm glad you allowed me, bro, to, you know what I'm saying, share my story, you know what I'm saying? Because this is like I said, I think this is my first time ever really doing this. So for me to be able to share my story and, you know, it means a lot. So I appreciate you having me, bro.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
man.
no doubt.
To the family, and good luck with everything.
Appreciate you, bro. God bless, man. Yes, sir.
Episode of On the Michael Flix, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Until next time, take care.